So I'm joined here with my mom, and it's really good to have her on videos. I love doing projects with her, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about something that happened a couple days ago with some of our plants.
A couple days ago, we got a frost warning up, like that we were going to have a snowstorm come through. And this year actually has been a real, it's been an early spring. Everything kind of woke up early. We had a lot of wonderful spring weather, warm weather early on. And so everything started waking up. My peonies started coming up, and they're quite high, and the pear blossoms have come on thick, and they're full bloom. The apple blossoms have started in, and so when we heard that there was going to be a bunch of snow coming and then followed by frost, we were concerned because pears only produce every other year, and so this is our year.
I didn't know that until we talked about, getting ready for frost. And they're like, well, why did you think there weren't pears last year? I was like, I don't know. I thought our trees were terrible. And they're like, no, every other year.
Every other year. So we wanted to make sure that for sure that was protected. We're also trying to start a flower farm this year, and so those peony blooms were going to be really important to us. And I had just bought a bunch of plants to put out, and I was concerned that all of our hard work is like gonna get snapped off by all of this heavy snow and possibly the frost. So we thought we've got to do some things to protect that. So I've been doing some research, and we did 3 things to go ahead and help protect our plants.
Right, and so these things, some of them we haven't ever done before. But we were like, we got to do something, and they seem to work pretty good. So we thought we'd share them with you guys in case you ever find yourself in a similar situation where you need to protect some plants from unexpected frost. So we're going to jump right into it, I guess.
Yeah, so the first thing that we did was we brought in everything that we could. I have some canna roots that I had set out. They're already ready to come out. So I have some plants that are in pots, and so anything that we would generally protect, we just brought those in. Things I had not planted yet, things that we generally protect from the winter weather, we brought them inside. That's easy to do. So bringing things in that need a lot of protection.
I mean, our basement is pretty full right now, but but that is a pretty easy thing to do.
Yeah, for sure. So we brought those in. The second thing we did was cover or mulch our plants or some flowers, things that probably normally overwinter in the ground. They can take cold weather, but they're maybe just more advanced than they should be for this kind of weather. For example, my peonies. They do really well with cold weather. They need a good cold snap to make them bloom well. But at this point, they are really high, and all of their stems are really tender. So that heavy snow on them, I was just concerned that was just going to break them off. And this year, we just took some wire hoops, actually it's like some bent hoops, and then covered them with tarp. And now I have some brand new peonies that are much smaller, and we just covered those with hay or some straw and just kind of give them a nice warm blanket to protect them from the snow.
So you were saying you were more concerned about the weight of the snow breaking the peonies off?
Right, because when we were listening to the weather, it was going to be a bunch of snow followed by really cold temperatures. and the frost coming afterwards. So I was concerned of that just breaking it over. The same with my hosta. Hosta stays out all year long, but it has already come up, and I was concerned that it was just going to get crushed by the weight of the snow. So we covered that with some hay, and then we covered it with a blanket and just tucked it in, and then we can just uncover that hopefully, and it'll be fine for the rest of the year.
There you go. So if you're keeping track, that's 2 things. But before we talked about the third one, if you've already gotten value out of this video, make sure you like and consider subscribing, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos.
Or share it with a friend.
That's really the best thing you can do, because we really want to help other people who would find themselves in similar situations.
Okay, so the third thing that we were really concerned about, like I mentioned before, is the pear harvest. Our pears and our apples. We don't get a lot of apples. We're still working on getting our trees into a little bit better shape. But our pears are prolific, but only every other year. And they're also were the furthest along in bloom. And I was concerned just we'd lose too many. So we have heard, and this is a brand new thing for us, we have heard that you can build a fire, a bonfire, a small fire underneath in a container, and that will keep them warmer. And so Thomas, man, he put in a lot of time and effort to go ahead and build fires under each one of the trees to keep them warm, and we'll have to see how that worked.
He was up. He set alarms and stuff. I don't know if he stoked them in the middle of the night.
I think it was just late at night and then early in the morning.
He stayed up pretty late to stoke them, and then went out first thing, and I think he got his little Cushman Roadster stuck out in the snow, because it did snow. It snowed, I don't know how many inches it snowed.
Yeah, so we did get a lot of inches of snow, like 5 or 6. It was just really thick on the plants and on the picnic table. And we will uncover, we'll go out and uncover.
Yeah, we're going to go uncover those right now and just see how they did.
Yeah.
That's kind of where we had our fire, and above that, the blossoms actually seem to have stayed pretty warm. But on the side that we didn't have the fire, they kind of got all snapped off.
So, cautionary tale, this is a place where we got the fire a little too close. The wheelbarrow that it was contained in, it just kind of came up, and these branches were pretty low.
It really does look like it helped. Maybe next time we'll actually try to put more fires around it, just not too close.
Yeah. I'm really pleased. It looks like that the snow probably helped to blanket it, I think, but also I think it worked. It worked. Yay!
Yay! So the conclusion is fires do work, but don't burn your trees down.
So we went out to see how everything fared after the cold weather, and looks like everything made it. Number 1, move the plants. If you can move them, get them out of the weather.
It doesn't take anything extra.
Yeah, that's right.
Just
it's
a
free.
little bit of time.
Just right. Number 2, cover. If you can cover it, cover it. Number 3, you can provide heat. Another idea we heard was using old Christmas lights and stringing those in trees. We didn't have any, so we went with the fires, and it works.
Yeah.
If you don't burn your tree down.
If you don't burn your tree down. And it could be a little tricky getting heat all the way around your tree.
Yeah.
As you saw, like the parts that weren't directly under the fire they weren't as good, but
it still worked. I think that we saved the majority of the blossoms, and that's good. That's good news for us. So a little bit extra care for your plants during cold weather.
Yeah, or even if you cover up part of the tree and then are able to heat the other part, that could also be
An option.
An option too. So there's a lot of different different ways that you can protect your plants. If you came up with a creative solution to protect your plants from the frost or heavy snow, why don't you comment that down below? We'd love to interact with you guys in the comments and to hear all the solutions you found for, your farming and specifically for your plants at this point.
And the stuff that you're learning, because we're learning here.
Absolutely.
Trying lots of stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. If you give us a thumbs up, that's a great compliment, and we love to make these videos for you.
Absolutely. So we'll see you next time. Just a quick recap. I said we weren't going to say that. I said we
Not a recap. Okay,
just a recap. Okay.
Okay, Roy said we have to get a muscle shot.
I didn't actually mean it.
Oh, look at those muscles. Lifting that tank. Okay.